This has been like 4 of the best months of my life. Like, I'm really emotional about it because having all of this stuff just like given to me and people there to support me and listening to my goals and hearing what I have to say and saying, I want to do this, and saying, we are here for you, we're gonna help you do this. I've never had anything like that. I was a professional actor and a professional athlete for 4 months. It was hard, but I went to bed every single night saying like, this feels amazing to me. I love this. As I continue to live my life, I'll be able to look back on this and say, that was the first time that I had access to everything I needed to be as good as I want to be.
When Nathaniel called me and said, hey, guess what? I just landed the role of Tarzan. I was like, oh, you are built to be Tarzan.
There were many reasons why I called her first, but the first thing really was, I don't want to get injured, I don't want to have pain, I want to be able to complete the run, to do the role. But a close second was the aesthetics. I want bigger shoulders, want a really strong back, don't know how much flying they're gonna do or how much like swinging I'm gonna do, so I need to be really strong on my rope stuff. And I also need to be really comfortable in a squat.
We knew that he needed to get large. We knew he needed to have a presence on stage that was different than his physicality 15 weeks ago would allow him to do. So what I did was I pulled from the sport world and found strength and conditioning coaches in the sport rugby world. They make big people. And we set Nathaniel up with a gym program that he could do safely and smartly.
So we periodized all the training. The first month was all strength, so very heavy, low reps, but like, man, did I push a lot of weight. And every single time I did the workout, I would add more weight. The second phase was more about conditioning. So I did a lot of like overhead presses and holds. I did a lot of like pull-ups that I would hold the pull-up, a lot of isometric stuff where I was holding things. And that put a lot of mass on me really quickly as well, because I just had to get stronger. It was a different type of strength. And then the third phase was hypertrophy and was more focused on like my arms and shoulders and just making them look bigger. I put 4.5 inches on my shoulders in 3 months. Wild.
The other piece of getting large is making sure that he had enough sleep, making sure that he understood the importance of sleep hygiene and nutrition. So we tied in the dietitian to get the food and really the building blocks that he would need to then make the strength happen productively.
She looked at my protein intake, my carbohydrate intake, and my fat intake and said, okay, we need to make some adjustments here because first of all, you have got to get this protein up. You have to eat more carbs. And she was like, I don't want you to be afraid of grains like oats or bread. She was like, eat what you need to eat. You're gonna be working out enough that like your body is going to be asking you for it. The result was that my workouts were stronger. I felt better throughout the whole day. I was able to do my day job and feel better about it. I was more focused and I was like, oh, this rocks.
There was one point where Nathaniel called me and he said, I'm sore. I just did some flight practice and my shoulder is sore. And I thought, you know, we pushed him a little too hard? Has he been doing a little too much? So what we did at that point was really, really simple. We just jumped on a video call and I had him show me what was sore, where he was moving, how it was sore. And I said, okay, try this, right? Just try engaging your muscles this way.
And she gave me the exercises. She said, this is what I think. I did that for a week and it was all better.
Perfect, great, that worked well.
Once things start to feel a little icky, that's when fear starts to come back because it's like, oh, I don't want to do this. I don't want to hurt myself. I don't want this to happen. But that fear was removed because I got really sound advice right off the bat and had access to it quickly, which is not something I've ever had before.
It's important that performers know that they have options. They have options that aren't expensive, that aren't time-consuming. They, I don't think, have been taught historically and culturally that they have options and that preventative health is worth doing. I'll shout it from the rooftops for all the performers that they will perform better. The engine will work better when the parts are stronger independently. And then it's just easier. And when it's easier, you're gonna do it to the best of your ability. And who doesn't want that?
When I was cast in this role this past spring, they cast me for who I was, like in that callback. There was no expectation that I do all of this work. There was no expectation that I change my body or, do all of this movement ahead of time. But I knew that I wanted to do that because I spend every single day of my life yearning to be on stage and tell stories like this. So when I'm given the opportunity, I'm gonna do it.
He's worked so hard and he has really done literally everything I've asked him to do. Like, it truly must have been hard to be far away and yet to be working on the things that I asked him to do without a conventional approach to doing it. And I thought it was really important to see where that went. So to come here and be able to see him perform for opening night is just such a treat and such a joy.
Right now, I'm gonna go do this show every night with so much gratitude and lots of crazy monkey grunts and like flying through the air and just enjoy it because I earned it. I earned being comfortable in this way. And I'm just gonna love it. I'm gonna love it. It's only 3 weeks. It has been one of the greatest joys of my acting career so far to have this much support and get it done in this way because it's helped me grow and change as a performer and do something that I think is really special.
I love that. I really do.